And with a big weekend coming up in the La Liga title race, the title right now is looking very, very close. 4 points between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Last week, we did our work. Real Madrid didn't. And now all of a sudden, just like a few weeks ago, we are 4 points clear of Real Madrid. But it's another big weekend and another dramatic potential week in the title race. But big up to every single one of you guys who are here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Football, and welcome, guys, to this brand new show of the Weekend Roundup. As you know, right now, the league is tight. We need to talk about it. And obviously, man, I do have a Madridista in the building. He's not wearing the Madrid kit, but you guys know him. He's been here too many times now. You guys should know him. He's a regular now. Man like Dali FC in the building. Dali, first of all, the first question I need to ask you is, man, how does it feel being lonely below Barcelona right now? Because it's looking lonely at the top right now, brother.
I mean, you know what, Omar? I appreciate you, as always, having me on your channel, my guy.
Yes.
The 4 points feels like 40 right now, to be honest. I said it yesterday on Carnage's channel, and it's how it feels. You know, back-to-back losses for the first time, I think, since 2019 for Real Madrid. So I didn't want to, tempt fate and say 3 losses. I didn't even want to Google exactly the last time that happened for Real Madrid. So hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't. Well, we'll talk about the game and everything like that. But yeah, it is lonely at the top for you right now. Real Madrid, disappointing for me right now, mate. So appreciate you,
listen,
though.
man. Listen, man. You guys were having your fun a few weeks ago. And, at the end of the day,
I'm still
a very
having fun.
patient man.
I'm still having fun. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I know you are. Obviously, Barcelona did. We're coming from a L in the Copa del Rey. We just got knocked out, but don't worry, man. My players are pissed, and we're gonna take it out in Bilbao on Saturday. Do not worry about that. But before we get into the Bilbao game, let's actually talk about the game that's happening later on today. Because surprisingly, we have a Friday game, and it's Real Madrid taking on Celta Vigo. Now, funnily enough, you just talk about the games that you've lost this season. One of the teams that have beaten you this season is the team that you're playing later on today. And not only they beat you in your home ground, in your own ends, bro. In your backyard. Came on your backyard and did the thing. 2-0. I remember it like it was yesterday. I know it was in December, right? But you guys have a big game now. Now they potentially could do the double. Crazy. They could actually do the double on your head top this season, And they are fighting for Europe right now, Celta Vigo.
True.
Right? But big game, obviously, Dali. Right?
Yeah.
What is your mindset going into this game against Celta Vigo?
You got to get a result. You got to somehow figure it out. The thing with Real Madrid, we have 3 attackers available tomorrow. You know that? 3. You have Vinny's out there, Gonzalo Garcia, and Brahim. That's all who's available for Real Madrid.
Is Mbappe not? They've been talking that Mbappe could be back. Is he back?
Mbappe won't. No, I don't. I actually don't think. My hot take is I don't think he plays the rest of the season. To be honest,
Mbappe.
That's my hot take. I don't think he plays. We'll see.
Wow.
I would be surprised. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he gets back to being healthy. I just think the guy with the World Cup and everything happening. But let's talk Celta Vigo, though. 3 attackers for Real Madrid. I'm expecting us to start our 18-year-old young kid, Thiago, in the midfield again, which I was actually pretty excited about going into the game against Getafe on Monday. Right. I'm excited. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more. And then, the rest of the season, Camavinga's going to be out. Jude Bellingham is still out. Let's see what these guys have right now. But we are weak when it comes to how many people are actually available. I believe it's like 10 people who are actually out for Real Madrid. Yes, like you said, Celta Vigo took advantage of us before in our trap. They took over our trap last time. We need to do the reverse to them this time. Need to go to Celta and get a win. Will it happen? I don't know, mate. What are we saying?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, to be fair, you guys have a great record in their stadium. I mean, to be fair, you guys did have a good record against Osasuna. They hadn't been in like 15 years, and then you lost to them. So, look, at the end of the day, the last time I'm looking at the list right now, at the last time Celta Vigo beat you guys, they haven't beaten you since 2014. That's actually crazy. So, this is another team that you guys have a good record on paper, right? So, a record does state, yes, you guys can go out and win, but you just mentioned it. I didn't even realize just how depleted your team is, right? Because we've been having injuries, but you guys have an injury crisis. Like, you guys, no Mbappe, if Macedonia is suspended, right? Like you just mentioned, right? Guys like Brahim, who are not really rated at the club, right, are still there. You just lost Rodrigo to an ACL injury. He's basically out for the season as well. Bellingham in the midfield is out. Like your defense, it's been awful. I know players have been back, like Trent and Carvajal and all those guys have been back recently. But I'm gonna be very real, man. This is not looking good. He really is not looking good. I mean, obviously, there's been the atmosphere in Madrid right now is not really good, right? I've obviously been keeping my eye on it, watching you and the other Madridistas. What is the mood like personally for you, right? Because here's the thing. Barcelona, we've had some injury issues in key areas, right? We just had Pedro return recently from injury. We've just lost Frankie de Jong, who was on form. We've probably lost now both of our fullbacks, not one, but both. Both Koundé and Valde are both out, right? Do you see an opportunity or a chance that maybe during this moment that maybe Vinny can continue and pick up his form? Because he's been pretty good, to be fair, right? He's not been amazing, but his form has been good in the right time. And do you think that his form being as good as it is right now could be able to carry you guys, to a certain position, or where a chance that Mbappe could return? Because he's still talk that he could still be back maybe in the next few weeks, right? Maybe next week, potentially. There's been talk about it. But do you think that Vinny now can step up and actually maybe do his work in the team?
I think he can. I think the issue when we played a team like Getafe, it's just triple teamed. It said, okay, it kind of reminds me of like watching the NBA where it's like somebody else has to beat me. And I feel like that's what teams are going to be doing. Celta Vigo is probably going to be doubling him every single time. It's kind of like the thing that happens with Barcelona a lot of the times where it's like, okay, we're going to double or triple team Lamine Yamal. Let somebody else. Now, the thing with Barcelona, you have the likes of Fermin Lopez, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Ferran Torres on his day. A lot of these guys can score. Dani Olmo.
Yes.
We don't have that luxury. Again, when we're relying on only 3 attackers in total that are actually healthy, you are needing Gonzalo Garcia to step up, who he has stepped up before, but he's not doing it on a consistent basis. You require Brahim Diaz probably to be coming off the bench and doing something for us there. The bigger issue, too, is our midfield. It just seems so passive at times. Arda Güler, he gets in very good positions, but too often he's defaulting to passing it. And too often these guys are just defaulting to being passive, laying it off to somebody else. We've seen it a couple times this season. Tchouameni just got a goal a couple weeks ago. We saw Fede Valverde who bang in a couple. But too often these guys are just not doing it. So you're relying basically on Vinny to create something out of nothing. That is why I have been shameless at times. I said, give me a penalty. At least it gives me an opportunity to score a goal. And Vinny, take it for what it is. Does he dive? Of course, I will call it out if he does. But he also earns a lot of penalties. He makes things happen. So that's unfortunately something that we kind of need to rely on right now. Maybe set pieces. Maybe that Trent coming back, he can help us. If Vinny can carry us, maybe it's this. If he can do it against Celta, I will have a little bit more confidence moving forward. Hopefully we can get some people back, but I'm not feeling that great, mate.
Nah, I hear. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, but I know the confidence is not up there, but do you think that you guys can get the result later today against Celta Vigo?
I think so. In my prediction, I said 2-2. I think we draw, but I could also see this game being 2-1 either way, to be honest. 2-1 Celta or 2-1 Real Madrid. I could see that happening. If Real Madrid can limit them to only 1 goal in this one, I think we can win it. But that's what we need to be seeing. I don't think we can score 3 at this current moment.
Okay. I mean, for me, I think it's more likely to be a draw. I think, and also keep in mind, you guys have a game in midweek in the Champions League against City. You understand what I mean, right? So I don't know if Arbeloa is going to approach this game, right? It's interesting because I feel like if I was Arbeloa, I would put my eggs on the league basket. To be honest,
I would too.
I would because I'm a video, bro. You have a big game against City. I'm a very real man. Like, listen, I know City are beatable right now. They're looking beatable right now. But even if you do beat them, now all of a sudden you have to play Bayern Munich potentially in the whatever. I'm sorry, you're not beating Bayern Munich, bro. In the form that you're in, with injuries that you have, they're gonna destroy you. So at the end of the day, I look at them like, well, you're only 4 points behind Barca. Barca could decide to prioritize the Champions League depending on how things go. And if we do, and let's say you guys manage to take advantage and go top, if we are in the semifinals or we're in the final, all of a sudden now we have a chance of winning the Champions League. Barcelona might look at him, you guys might have more of an advantage in the league, but it really depends on what he does, what he prioritizes. But for me, I think this game, is very likely to be a draw. I can see Celta Vigo basically dominating, right? Maybe taking the lead maybe once or twice in the game, but I do see like a 2-2 draw in this game.
I could
I
see
do
it.
see a 2-2 draw,
Yeah.
right? That's what I'm going to say. But listen, let's talk about the most important team in La Liga right now, right? The team that is lonely at the top. Let's talk about FC Barcelona, right? Obviously, we also have a big game in the weekend, right? A potential banana slip in the league, right? Away at the San Mamés Stadium, Barcelona take on Athletic Club. Both of us played in midweek in the Copa del Rey, right? Both of us got knocked out of the Copa del Rey, right? And you know, when you look at Barca right now, right, the intensity that we played with in that game against Atletico Madrid, right, the way players like Pedri, like Rafinha, like Yamal, the energy that they brought into that game, they give it their all. Like at the end of the day, you could see how exhausted, how tired these guys were at the end of the game. It's very evident that most of my players are going to be really tired going into this game, and I don't know how Flick is going to approach this game. I don't know if he might rotate, right? Personally, for me, and before I let you have your opinion, right? I think what happens later today could determine how we perform tomorrow against Athletic Club. Because if you guys draw or lose, I think the Flick might just rotate very, make a not a huge rotation, but I think he'll be more comfortable in rotating like maybe 2, 3, 4 players in this team from the game, right? I think he could. Right, he could maybe decide to bench Pedri in this game for Casado. Maybe bring him on in the second half. Take off Rafinha, start Rashford. I know Lewandowski will be back. He had a facial surgery in the weekend, so that's why he wasn't available for the Atletico game. But he'll be back with a mask this weekend, right? So if he starts, I think Rashford is likely to start in this game too, maybe over Rafinha, right? Because he's also coming back from injury, and we don't want to risk it. I think the defense is definitely going to be changing the fullback areas. I think we're going to see Bruno Cancelo start alongside maybe Martin or Eric Garcia, right? We're going to see some changes for sure. But I think it's very dependent on what happens later on today. How do you think, in your opinion, Flick might approach this game against Athletic Club? Because it's a big game.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think you might see some rotation. I think you're a little limited in what you can do. Like you said, both fullbacks are going to be out, Balde and Koundé. So you will be seeing Cancelo. So it is looking like a better signing than maybe some thought, myself included, when you guys actually did that in the January transfer window. So maybe that will, yeah. Hey, he's actually been good the last two games he's actually started. So credit to him. Now, I would expect you all to start if Rafinha is healthy. Maybe we see him. Maybe we see Rashford. I'm not 100% sure. The thing, though, with Barcelona, I think Barcelona, honestly, they probably don't have anything to worry about. I was looking, mate. You know how many times that Athletic Club has actually scored against Barcelona in the last 6 games? 6.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah, well, I told people, what's funny? We haven't lost to them in our last 5 league games in that stadium.
Yeah.
We have a good record there. And you know what it is? I think Barca Boy was the one that was actually talking about it when we were on a podcast, right? He said that when it comes to Athletic Club, the reason why he's worried about the Athletic Club game is because when it comes to Athletic Club, when we play them in games where we're desperate, we usually don't win. That's the problem, right? It's in games like this where, there's a potential, there's a title on the line. We could potentially go clear. Madrid could potentially close the gap, and the pressure's on us. That's when we usually drop points on what we usually lose in that stadium. But I'm gonna be very honest, man. This Athletic Club team this season have been garbage. Garbage. I'm sorry, they've been bad, though. I mean, you guys battered them at San Mamés. Remember, you guys beat them 3-0 in that stadium. They are not that good. I mean, Nico Williams. Remember, you remember how he treated my club in the summer, right? At the end of the day, man, enjoy the next 9 years at that club with the transfer ban. It is what it is.
At least you got the number 10 kit, right? Yeah.
Hey, it's positives, right? Silver, I guess there's a silver lining in the story. It is what it is. My club is in title race, 4 points clear, Champions League. Listen, you could have had it all, but hey, I guess it is what it is, man. You can be an Athletic Club legend, man. Be a big fish in a small pond, man. Apparently, I'm hearing that he is apparently don't believe in the project anymore. Well, listen, man, it is what it is.
Tough.
But look, listen, for me, I think that Barcelona, I think we're going to take this game seriously, but importantly, we have a game in the week, midweek like you. Champions League. I think that Barcelona should take the Champions League very seriously. We should. I didn't think we should have. Like, I know, I'm one of the people that are going to be like, oh, Omar, you didn't believe we're going to win the Champions League. Yes, of course. performance-wise, I didn't see how we're going to win it. But I'm now looking at our path to the final, and I'm thinking, we can't screw this up. We had a great path last season, and we screwed it up. And now life has given us a second chance. Do not screw this up. Take advantage, full advantage. Like, bro, look at Madrid's path to the final. Like, Madrid and Argentina, I'm sorry. The form that you guys are in and in the path that you're in, you're done. You are finished. Like, let's be real, bro. Because if you beat City, now you have to play the favorites of the Champions League in the quarterfinals. Then, if you somehow beat the favorite, now all of a sudden you got to play the defending champions in the semis potentially. So it's like, bruh, it's gonna let's be real. I think that even with your full fit squad, obviously you guys can beat anyone, but you guys haven't played like that this season. So even with your full fit squad, I don't trust you. I don't think even you Madrid fans believe that you're gonna get it done. But still, I think that Barcelona, we will react. I think we will. I think we will react to what the loss against Athletic Madrid. I think that the players will be frustrated being so close, and I think we can go in San Mamés and win. I think we can go out there and get like a 2-1 victory, right? 2-1. But I think it's going to be a rotated team. But what do you think is going to happen in the weekend?
I'm going to go 3-0 Barcelona. That's what I think in that one. I think I think Athletic Club continue to struggle to score. They have given up a lot of chances to, like I said, I mean, Real Madrid even smashed this team before, and that's not something Real Madrid does often. I think Yamal gets on the board again, throw Bernal on for another one, and then I think maybe like a Dani Olmo goal. I think that's what happens. So,
So in your mind, how do you think the table is going to look? You think that Madrid are going to drop points, or you guys are going to win?
I think we'll probably drop. I think we probably draw, get 1 point, and then you guys probably get 3, and then the gap
is 5 points clear.
Gets even bigger. Yep.
Damn. I mean, it's gonna be a long one for you guys. I'm telling you right now. But look, it could be a great weekend for me. But then again, football is a funny sport. Let's be real. Like we had the big game last week against Villarreal at home, and you guys had a winnable game at home against Getafe. And we saw how things went. So football is a funny sport. You guys could win later on today, and we could somehow lose. And now all of a sudden it's 1 point. Now all of a sudden it looked like there was no hope. Now there's hope again. Like I feel like that's how the season is going to be going. So, hey, listen, man, it is what it is. But listen, guys, let us know what you guys think about the weekend games, right? Let us know about your personal predictions, guys, in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to drop points between Barca and Madrid this weekend? And basically prediction on results-wise. But listen, guys, big up to every single one of you guys. Smash the like button. Make sure that you guys go and subscribe to Dali FC. Listen, man, Dali, he's going to be doing the post-match reactions. So I will probably most likely be doing a hate watch, guys. So listen, really direct to him. Make sure you guys, after the game, if Madrid lose, are there to watch the Madrid tears. We all know why we're there, man. Make sure you guys are there to watch it, right? But make sure you guys go subscribe to Dali FC, man. This is my guy every single time. But big up to you, Dali. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Big up to every single one of you guys. This has been the Weekend Roundup. Make sure you guys subscribe. Peace. Pesca Barca.
Hala Madrid.